corporate recruiter here to review your resumes. The resume we have up first is a software engineer, an embedded software engineer. And just to let everybody know, I do non-tech resumes as well, but since tech market is currently in the dumpster and on fire, and that dumpster is constantly having gasoline poured on it, most of the resumes I review end up being in tech. So for an embedded software engineer, which is a actually shockingly okay market, we need degree, any of the C's, cross-functional, RTOS, ROS, ROS2, microcontrollers, microprocessors, embedded operating systems, Agile, ISO, Doors, ARM, Linux, test platforms, TCP, security principles, functional safety standards, Linux, and a bonus for that stuff. Whatever is in the bonus section. These are the qualifications. If you do not meet 75% of them, you are going to get rejected. Formatting doesn't matter on that point. So, let's see. This person has a 1 in 100, which is a bad resume, and a 1 in 100 is the ratio of applications to interviews. That is how you tell how good your resume is. For most people, a 1 in 50 is a C-. It passes barely, but it does pass. So your goal should be about, for every 50 applications you send, 1 interview. And this is twice that, so this is not a good resume. All right, so let's review it in 20 seconds because that is the only amount of time that recruiters have. Otherwise, that recruiter will end up getting fired. And go. Okay, embedded software. Prototype for the IRC2P processor. Okay. Well, none of this is what I'm looking for. Improve data alignment by 75%. What is that? C++. Okay. RTOS. That's probably why you're getting any interviews at all, is you have that one sentence. High G load and declined. So, yeah, this is formatting-wise perfect. Good job. This is my formatting. This is what your resume should look like. This is how you do it. It's on my website. The problem is formatting's only purpose is so that we can read more and understand more about your resume in the 20 seconds that we have. The problem with this is I did not see any of these, right? I saw collaborated with camera payload prototypes and 1 to 2 FPS and Raspberry Pi. But with the exception of these qualifications, I did not see anything else. So let me read what they wrote, and then I'll explain how to fix it. So, in my junior year of college, struggling to get my first internship. Oh, whoops, are you an intern? No, yeah, you need to tell me if you're an intern. Intern resumes are slightly different than non-intern. All right, so for an intern, still doesn't pass. Although you actually had a little bit more on an intern. So, let me finish reading this. I've only gotten rejections. Just changed my resume to your format advice and haven't applied with this yet. Any advice before applying with this new format and revamped resume? So your formatting is perfect. The problem is the content of your resume is not. So keep the formatting. You did that well. I don't think there's any flaws in this formatting. But what we need for an embedded software engineer intern is different. What we need is this. I need a little bit more. In fact, what you really need is kind of a combo. So I'm gonna take this stuff right here because this is what we're gonna need. We're gonna do this and we're going to add it. So what you need for an intern is 50% of this stuff and the ability to work well with others and take direction and criticism. If you are an intern, every single internship, regardless of the industry, for bachelor's, master's, and PhD is different. They need to show that you can work well with others and take direction and criticism. So, and then they need like half of what you would need for actually getting a real like full-time role. So the problem with this is the only things I see are C++ and free RTOS, and I don't really see how you work together. Now, you said collaborated with a team. That's not enough details. The point of these is to show me how you worked with them. You can't just say it, right? It would be like if you went to the doctor and you asked the doctor, like, what is your experience? And they said, well, I've collaborated with other doctors and I've worked adjacent to the flu. They're going to be like, okay, what do you mean worked adjacent to the flu? Have you worked with people have you worked with people that were sick right now with the flu? Like, I think I am right now, actually. And the doctor said, I've collaborated with it. you need to give me more. I don't want you to say collaborated. Collaborated is a terrible word to use. I need you to say worked in a team of 3 to 5 where we created a prototype, whatever, by, and then you can add some of these things in there, and working together, giving each other feedback, and meeting weekly on one-on-ones. Those are the things I want. But for anybody else, by the way, I want to clarify the difference between a keyword and a qualification. A keyword is one of these, right? But a qualification is what we're actually looking for. And a qualification is keyword plus how you did it, plus where you did it, plus the reason or result of you doing it. And right now, this does not tell me the how, or really the keyword itself. All you're really telling me is the reason or result. So this person is in my Twitch chat, which I review these every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. So I'm going to help them out a little bit after this one, because that is what I can do on the actual Twitch stream, a little bit more than these videos. But right now the problem is you're only telling me the result or reason you did it. You do not tell me how you did it. Some of this is a little bit how, but again, you didn't tell me how you worked as a team. You didn't tell me, this part you did tell me how. So again, this is the only sentence that's okay. So I need you to go back and I need you to make these bullet points better, right? With the what, which you don't really have, the how, and the reason or result. Once you do that, you will start seeing a lot more success. But formatting wise, you did it perfect. So before we go to the next resume, I just want to thank everybody for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. I really do appreciate it. And I want to thank all my members as well who get access to these videos a little bit early. I really do appreciate it because I want to help you all get as many jobs as you can. Let's go to the next resume. We have here a full stack software engineer. So for a full stack software engineer, what I need is degree, TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, React, React.js, Node.js, Angular, Next.js, SQL, NoSQL, RESTful APIs, REST APIs, Cloud, CI/CD, Git, .NET or Python or Java, and a bonus points for AI, architecture, extra language, extra language, DevOps, and GraphQL. So this person has a 150 to 1 ratio, so this is a garbage resume. Let's see why exactly it is a bad resume. So 20 seconds on the clock. As soon as I get it. There we go. Okay, and go. Okay. Oh, this formatting's a nightmare. Okay, can't use anything here. Can't use anything here. Okay, led the end-to-end, so your full stack MongoDB is nice. That is something. And HIPAA, I don't care about. I mean, it may be. All right, that's it. That's it. That's all I got. That's why this is a bad resume. All right, what did they say? I'm trying to apply to big tech. Not with this, you should not. But I never get any responses. I definitely have enough relevant experience, but something is wrong with my resume. Please help me to improve it. Okay, so you need to trash this and start again. Now, with the full notice that I am a US-based recruiter and I do not know the qualifications in other countries as well. I have found that they mostly use the same as the US and most of the hiring practices are similar, but there are some exceptions to those rules that I'm just not going to be able to catch because I am a US-based recruiter. And I want to be honest about what I can and cannot do to help people. But assuming this was in the US, you need to delete this and redo it. So first off, the problem is your formatting is garbage. And if you notice, the previous resume looked like this. That is how you need to write your resume. Is that other person an intern and you are somebody with multiple years of experience? Yes, that does not change that you want to use that same format. High-level directors and people that have a ton of contract roles probably don't want to use they don't want to use this format. But literally everybody else, no matter the seniority or the industry or the job title, you should use this and write it like that. The second is you gave me an awful lot of hot dogs and no hamburgers. So this is a metaphor I like to use to help people understand the job market, because it's very much one of the biggest issues that I have found that candidates have, is they give us hot dogs and not hamburgers. So what I mean by that is, imagine you go to a restaurant and you have a customer that says, hey, I want a hamburger with French fries and I just want cheese on it, no ketchup, no nothing else. Just a hot dog, just a hamburger with meat, buns, and cheese. That's it. And you go, okay, so you're the waiter, you take their order, you go to the kitchen, you tell the cook comes back, and they give you a hot dog with mustard and mayonnaise and onions on top. Would you give that to the customer, or would you tell them, hey, I understand I asked for a hamburger, and I understand hot dogs also are meat with buns between them and can include ketchup and cheese, but this is not what they asked for, because that is what you're doing with your resume. This is the hamburgers that they're asking for. Everything else is not. So these are in fact hamburgers. Good. What is a row level security ROLS? That is a hot dog. It does not matter. This is a hot dog. 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 This is still a hot dog. This is a hot dog. This is a hot dog. This is a hamburger. And that is the mistake that you are making. Is you are, besides the formatting, which is terrible, is you are giving us for so many hot dogs when this is not what we're asking. You could not go to that customer at a restaurant and give them a hot dog when they ordered a hamburger. And that is what you are doing. So I need you to go back. You don't get to decide what the customer wants, right? If the customer asks you for a hamburger and you decide, oh, I'm going to be very creative, I know how to make the best hot dog, again, doesn't matter. You need to give them what they asked for, and none of this is what they asked for, except for MongoDB and PostgreSQL. That is correct. So the how, what, why, the how, the what, the keyword, how, the reason or result, and where is what you need to follow. But right now, you don't give them, you don't give them the what, which in this case is one of these. You do give them the how, but you sometimes give the reason and result. But right now, you don't give them the what. So I'm going to need you to stop giving everybody hot dogs and give them hamburgers, because this doesn't matter. Right? Like, nothing here matters. Skill sections and technical summaries don't work. You should delete them. None of this matters, except maybe HIPAA. If you're applying specifically to healthcare, maybe they would like that. API matters. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter how much you think it matters. It only matters what they ask for. And that is the biggest disconnect between job seekers and companies. So that is why your resume is bad, is you may have the correct experience, but you are not showing it. Next, resume. This is a resume of a full stack software engineer intern. So what we need for the intern is a basic knowledge of the stuff we needed in the last time. You don't need all of it. You usually just need like JavaScript, TypeScript, HTML, CSS. That's like the big one, SQL, and a library. If you have cloud, that's good, but not every intern is going to have cloud. Then I need the ability to work well with others and take direction and criticism. So this is an unknown ratio, so we do not know how good it is. But don't start it that early. Let's see if I can find it in 20 seconds. Go! Okay, degree, good. A year-long city-funded residency, developed JavaScript. Okay, for clients, good. Use TypeScript. Okay, deliver iteration of stakeholder requirements and feedback. Pretty good. Worked across time zones in 2 to 8 person agile teams through Scrum sprints with... I like that. Implemented LLM features. Okay. Catered and managed events up to including C-suites. Okay. Architected. And that's time. This probably actually has enough to get an interview. Let me read what they wrote. Yeah, I think this is good. There are definitely flaws with this, but they're not big flaws. There's only like a little teeny bit. So after your help, I switched my major and I reduced my time I started applying this week. So no ratio yet. Okay, so we do not know since this was just submitted and this is Wednesday when this was recorded. It is my first tech resume and I'm ready to start sending it off. So be nitpicky. I think my bullet points are a little dense. You are correct. They are a little dense. The right idea though, for sure. I'm in a city-funded apprenticeship, and I want to keep working through my degree. My interest is quant finance, but my apprenticeship in web dev. Okay, so maybe big tech and fintech internships are what I should focus on. I would recommend that. So, all right, so here's a couple of... we're going to be nitpicky. I want to be clear. I think this works. This is a mostly good resume. First off, something's off with your formatting, and I don't know if it's just the margins, but... something's off, and I don't know what it is. It might be the margins, but I know the margins are different, but something is slightly off. So then we go to here, and I'm not sure if you can do this. I don't want you to lie, but if you could do BS in computer science and math, that way they know that it's computer science first. This, I don't know if this is needed. Honestly, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, I don't know if this is really needed or not. I guess if you don't have Python anywhere else. But, yeah. Then here, we need to... okay, so we need to... This is going to sound weird. We need to both combine these and split these up. So, ideally, you should have 3 to 6 keywords per bullet point. This one has only one and a good explanation, while this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, potentially 10. And that is too many. It's a little dense, like you said. So what I would do is I would remake these, and I would say instead used TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, and SQL to develop web apps during my year-long city-funded full-time paid residency. So you're going to basically have this part, and then this part, and then the second sentence will be the rest of these. And I know I use these parentheses, like these dashes. Don't do that in the resume. Should only use commas. I need to stop doing that because people are getting the wrong idea. So that you only want to have commas. So we're gonna split this into this, and then put the rest of it here. And then this, I like. I don't actually know if I need anything else here. I think maybe we want Agile a little up, but that is even nitpicky for me. And then here, implemented LLM features using Docker, Kubernetes, and LLOps in AWS. I would say the important part of this is the AWS and GCP. So I would put implemented LLM features in AWS / this part you can use / GCP environments by using Docker, Kubernetes, and MLOps. Then here... I can actually get a little bit more, right? Like, I like catered and manage high-performance up to guests, including C-suite executives. I like the C-suite executives. I think that's actually something that is in fact a hamburger. They would like that. They know that you can talk to people. So I would probably re-change how this is. I would say catered events, and you can even say, like, perform customer service of guests, including C-suite, right? So catered events that included C-suite executives and kept them, entertained or whatever with small talk, whatever you want to put then. And then we go down here, and again, you have the same problem you have here as you put all of them here. You want 3 to 6 max, but otherwise this is good. Like, again, I'm being very nitpicky, to be clear. I think as this is, it will get you interviews, but if you make those changes, it will get you even more interviews. Just make sure your phone number and email is correct. I've actually had people give me phenomenal resumes that I have helped them, and then they come back like it's not working, and then they realize they forgot to re-put in their phone number because I asked you to redact it before I put it on the stream in YouTube. So please make sure to double check your phone number after my review. That has happened to more than one person. And then after they fix that, they got interviews and then a job pretty quickly. So overall, again, this is good. I'm taking this from maybe a B+ to an A+, but this is a pass. Next resume. This is a resume of a product manager. This person says they have a 1 in 50, but they did not leave a note, so maybe they actually do have a 1 in 50, or we don't know. We'll find out. Because again, I'm always a little suspect when people don't leave anything in the notes. I'm like, did you just click a random button to submit? I don't know. You didn't tell me. Give me information. The more information you could submit to me with, the better I can help you. I am very good at this, but I need information, right? It's like going to the doctor and being like, I'm having a cough, and then cool, like, what are your other symptoms? You don't tell them. A cough could be 1,000 different things. Could be life-threatening, it could be nothing. I need to know. So, for a product manager, we need degree, individual stuff for the industry. Again, I'm going, as long as I can find what industry you're in and I see 1 or 2 tools of that industry, you're good. BI tools, Microsoft Office suites, analyze user data and extract business requirements from stakeholders and transform them into product requirements. Tableau, Google Analytics, Databricks, SQL, full story, A/B testing, Figma, cross-functionally, 0 to 1, how you move teams faster and how you succeeded, and the result of that success, even if it's not necessarily a brag. So, let's see if we can find it. Maybe this really is a 1 in 50. And go. Target audience features in 26 features and 3 personas. Validated product needed by identifying coverage gaps and pricing strategies. You can marketing. That's pretty good. I like that. Translated vision and strategy, OKRs and roadmap. Measurable goals, pretty good. Save time, don't care. Test with 12 users, don't care. Click through. Track post launch from mobile. Okay. I don't think this is a 1 in 50. You know, this might actually be a 1 in 50. I'm on the fence. This is either a 1 in 50 or a 1 in 75 resume. I will say this is not as terrible as I expected based on the formatting, which is bad. You need to use better formatting. But this is not terrible. They did tell me essentially what they did. They did tell me that they did pricing strategy, how you did the tests a little bit, and they told me the number of other engineers. So, here's what I would like you to change, though. And I can kind of tell when a candidate is trying to brag or impress me rather than just write what they did, and I need you to just write what you did. Is numbers... Man, how do I say this? Come on, sick brain, think. So, when you're writing your resume, managers, and I'm including product managers, and salespeople need to use numbers. You need numbers, otherwise there's not enough context. But for everybody else that's not in sales or in a manager, you don't want to have numbers or percentages like this, right? This is terrible to have. This is better, right? So when I'm talking about good numbers versus bad numbers, and product managers can have good numbers versus bad numbers, is you need to make sure they give context. So this is good because it tells context. You validated the product need by identifying 3 coverage gaps. Now, I don't care about the number. I don't care that it's impressive. I care that the number gives me context of how many gaps there were. And pricing strategy by conducting UK market sizing, Excel demand modeling, and benchmarking for competitors. That for competitors, I don't think I need. I need the competitors, I don't need the number for. So weirdly enough, this is a good number, this is a bad number. And then we go down to here. This is a terrible number because improved save time means nothing. By running an A/B test style with 12 users can mean something. Shipped users shipped faster variant. So your issue here, and your big issue is you're trying to brag. And this is a brag, and this is also why this number is meaningless. This also is a meaningless number. But the 6-person cruise each week is good. So I need your numbers to give me context. And the reason this is a 1 in 50 and not like a 1 in 10, which this could probably easily be, is A, you're formatting, and B, you just don't tell me enough, right? Like, I don't need to know how much time you saved. I do need to know that you saved the time and how you did it, which you kind of do. So my big thing here is most of the context in this is how to show how good you are when that's not what recruiters or managers are looking for in resumes. I need you to put in a little bit more about how you got business requirements from the actual like stakeholders. I need you to tell me a little bit about Tableau, and maybe you have SQL, so that's good. And primarily how you helped others move faster, not how you moved faster, right? The difference for manager roles, for most of them, except marketing, because marketing is a nightmare of titles, is when you're a manager, the goal is not you doing it, it's how you helped others do it. You have to put yourself out. So I don't want to see that you improve save time with 12 users. I want to see that you found a gap in the system that you were able to fix that let your team test faster. So I hope that made sense. Again, this is where I'm worried me being sick is going to make this very confusing, but I can probably explain more in the comments when I'm feeling better by the time this video goes out. But basically, you're trying to tell me how good you are when I don't care. I'm trying to see how good you made the product and the team more efficient. And there is a divide between there. Next, resume. This is a resume of a software engineer intern for the defense and security stuff. So, from what I found, there's not really any difference from internships for defense versus non-defense. I'll be perfectly frank with you, I have done some, like, government, like, ITAR stuff before, but I would not claim that it is 100% my specialty. So, but from what I could tell, it's the same. The only difference between this and a non-normal defense intern is you need to show the ability to obtain and maintain a U.S. government-issued SCI security clearance, and probably will need to be a U.S. citizen, as only they are eligible for security clearances. So that'll probably be the only real difference between the two. Otherwise, it's, well, degree, basic knowledge of the tech stack, ability to work well with others, and take direction and criticism. So, can I find it? Let's go. And start. Okay, degree, good. Formatting is slightly off, but not a big deal. What's it looking? Okay, there's nothing here. I need a little bit more. Well, the daily standards are good. Improving the other side. Okay, good. Okay. People around the pool observing emergency services. It's good. Okay, so we're going to need to change this up a little bit. All right. So what did you tell me? 1 in 100. I'm open to almost any tech job, but this resume is geared to a defense job or systems engineering. I will say this is probably not tailored towards systems. I don't think I have those qualifications up. This is mainly more for software. Do I have a systems engineer qualification list already ready? I don't think so. No, that's not something I have actually reviewed yet, that I've saved it. So here's what we can do to fix this. So it's not terrible, right? 1 in 100 is bad, but it's not unsalvageable. The one thing is your formatting is slightly off. There should not be that big of a gap between these, and there should not be a big a gap between these, right? If you notice, there is barely any gap here, barely any gap here. The only gap is here. But on to the bullet points. I need you if you're a software engineer, I think it's good that you say daily stand-ups, right? That shows you can work as a team. I need a little bit more, right? I need you to say moved websites hosting location using JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and MySQL while participating in daily stand-ups, right? This is fine, but I want you to tell me a little bit more, right? Daily backend checks with senior engineers to critique my code so that I could fix it before our next meeting. And then I want you to put Python and Golang and MySQL a little bit higher up. My big thing here is it's just a little bit sparse, and I do realize that you have done it quite a long time ago, and it was only for 2 months, and that's okay. It was an internship. I still want just a little bit more, right? Like, participate in daily stand-ups. Okay, but what did you do during those stand-ups? Did you sit quietly with a notepad? Did you actually take their advice? HTML, CSS, JavaScript is good. Python is good. MySQL is good. Golang is fine. I just need a little bit more. By observing closely to scheduled lifeguards. See, this I like. I don't know if you need anything here or here. You can just put supervised, scheduled, and supported a team of other lifeguards for consistent coverage and alert employees. This one, I don't understand what alert employees means, but you need to, but the way you wrote this is fine. So tell me what alert employees is, but otherwise this should be your only sentence here. And this can be deleted and this can be deleted. And then here we need more. I mean, we just need a little bit more. Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry. This is where being sick is like messing with me. Your problem is you're putting the code at the end of the sentence. You need to put it at the beginning of the sentence. And you're putting it in the second bullet point. But if you notice here, you still need the keywords right here, right? You still need them. And here is like no keywords. They're all the way down here, which they may not even get to. Same here. They're all the way down here, they may not get to. So I need you to make sure you focus and you lead with this, because this is the most important part. And you give me a little bit more context about what you did for this. And then you should have more, you should have a much higher ratio once you do that. So that's all I can do for this resume. I'm now going to help them out in stream a little bit more on my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. And for every viewer at home, I want to thank you for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, and, sharing this and reposting. I really do appreciate it. It helps me beat the algorithm, whatever I still don't understand. And I wanted to thank my members. You get access to videos a little bit early. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I will see you all in the next video.